about to teach you is a secret trading hack that nobody talks about in the cryptocurrency world. By understanding what I'm about to teach you in this video, you're going to be able to analyze the cryptocurrency market in a new dimension which you didn't know was possible. And this strategy can be used on short-term day trading as well as long-term investing. So what's it called? Well, to keep the video short, it's called on-chain analysis. So let's dive in onto what this means and how we've developed this new trading strategy. Now, thanks to blockchain technology, cryptocurrency investors have easy access to transactional data compared to traditional markets such as the stock market. And this is all due to the fact that the blockchain is just one public ledger which anyone can access. And this ability to view transactional data quickly and freely has led to what we're about to discuss, on-chain analysis. And what this method allows us to do is to dive down into the nitty-gritty transactions that are taking place daily. By doing so, we can understand market sentiment and understand where the market might move next. So how do we get started? Well, on-chain analysis is performed by using something called a blockchain explorer. Now, blockchain explorers are usually used by the cryptocurrency community to understand if transactions that they have performed have been actioned and processed. So for example, if person A sends some Ethereum to person B, a blockchain explorer allows you to check where your Ethereum is in the system. But blockchain explorers can be used for so much more which no one talks about. But with the right skill set, we can look at other areas such as total value locked into staking, inactive versus active wallets, unique wallets, peer-to-peer transactions, and so much more. Now, given most coins are based on the Ethereum network, one of the most popular websites to use is Etherscan. So rather than hear me ramble on about what Etherscan is, we're going to jump into a live tutorial on how to use Etherscan. So let's get into it. Okay, so we've got the MacBook out now. So I'm going to switch screens and give you a live demonstration on how we can use Etherscan for on-chain analysis. Okay, so this is the homepage when it comes to Etherscan, what you're seeing right now. And as you can see, we've got some stats about Ethereum, market cap, transactions, latest transactions, well, latest blocks and latest transactions here. And along here, we can search for transactions or search for tokens. So let's dive right in. Now, the first way we're going to use Etherscan is by analyzing top holdings of a coin. So we're going to keep it simple and stick to Ethereum for this purpose, but I'll show you how to do other coins after. Now, if we go into this area, blockchain, and click onto top accounts, right now, these are the top wallet addresses that hold Ethereum. So now the primary areas to really look at are address, name tag, and percentage. As we can see here, each wallet address hopefully has a name tag. This gives us an indication to what the wallet is. So as you can see here, we have ETH2 deposit contract, which is ranked number 1 with a 10.7% holding. That is the highest percentage holding of Ethereum in a wallet. Now this is good. This wallet is just for staking, and this is denoted by this contract item here. This is just Ethereum, which is staked / locked in a contract. And as we go down, you can see that exchanges also have a name tag. So as we can see, third largest holding is Kraken, and then we've got Binance, and then we have these wallets here which have no name tag. So this means we could probably assume that they're private wallets. Therefore, this is Ethereum held by an individual person. So in terms of analysis, what does this web page show us? Well, it's all about understanding how diluted the circulating supply is. As we can see here with Ethereum, there is no large monopoly holder when it comes to Ethereum coins, and this is good. It means we're not going to get any unsuspecting whales just dumping coins on us, and it also shows if a coin is truly decentralized like they try to say they are. Okay, so now how do we check other coins for similar data? Well, it's a really easy process. We go up to the top here and we can just search any coin you want. So in this case, I'm going to search BNB, the popular exchange coin. Now we just click on it here, and if we scroll down, we can then go to the holders tab. And as you can see here, we have the same information which we previously saw with Ethereum. Now in the case of BNB, we can see it's highly concentrated. So the top address belongs to Binance and it's up 52% in terms of holding. And then the second and third largest holdings are also Binance wallets as well. Now this just shows you how centralized Binance is and how prone to manipulation it could be in the future. So that's tip number 1, understanding, is a coin truly centralized and is it going to get dumped on by whales if you buy in? Okay, so tip number 2 I'm going to show you is unique addresses. Okay, so we're back at the home page and I'm going to show you tip number 2 now. So for tip number 2, we're going to look at unique wallet addresses. So to do this, we just go up to resources and then we go to charts and stats. You're then taken to this landing page, and this landing page is very useful. It has a lot of stats which you can analyze. If we scroll down, for example, you've got market data stats here, then we've got blockchain data, all these different types of data which you can have a look at. And then we've got dashboards, network data, top statistics, and so on. So it's a very useful page, but for the purpose of this video, we're just going to stick to unique addresses because we could talk all day about this. So let's scroll back up and we want to click here, unique addresses chart. Now the unique addresses chart is very useful to seeing how fast the network is growing. So when we're looking at Ethereum, you can see here that we've grown quite a lot since the last bull run. If we look around this area, 2018, we have just been on this monumental growth over the past couple of years, and it really stepped up around the 2020 to 2021 period. Now this chart might look like it keeps climbing, but the truth is this chart actually shows us that the steam is dying when it comes to the cryptocurrency market. So how do we know this? Well, look at this. As we scroll along here, we have a daily increase, and as you can see, it's above 100,000. Every day we're having over 100,000 wallets being created consistently. But if we look now, we only have a daily increase of 80,000 roughly, so on. So if we zoom in, and to do this we just click and drag, look at this. Consistently below 100,000 wallets being created daily. So by looking at this, we can see that the cryptocurrency growth is leveling off and it's slowing down. And this makes sense because we're currently in a cryptocurrency bear market and people are losing interest. So we're seeing less users sign up and get involved. So that's how we use tool number 2. We can use it to understand the amount of momentum in a market. But again, if we go back to this charts and stats page, there's so much more you can look at which provides so much more insight, and that's all part of on-chain analysis. But if I go into all of it, we're going to be here for about half an hour to an hour. So the third tip I want to show you on Etherscan again relates to top holders, but we're not looking at distribution anymore. We're going to look at another trick. So if we go back up, we go to blockchain and we go to top accounts. So one of the great things about Etherscan and blockchain technology is, as I said, we can view transactional data to see what's going on. So let's take wallet number 5, who we assume to be a private individual because there is no name tag. So all we have to do is click on their wallet and we're led to this homepage now. So this homepage shows us the balance, the value, and if we go down, here we find the transactions that have been taking place. In means we've had something coming in, and out means we're having something going out. So by analysing top accounts and viewing what they're doing via these transactions, we can understand, well, are they trying to shift their coins out or are they trying to buy coins in? And that gives us an understanding to where market sentiment is when it comes to these top holders. In fact, some people make it their main trading strategy just to copy what top holders do in terms of buying and selling coins, and it does work a lot of the times. So now this might look like a lot of data to take in, and it is a lot of data to take in, but what we can do to try and make it easier is we can go up here to the analytics tab, and this analytics tab shows us a graph of their holdings essentially. So you can see here, I guess between end of 2020 all the way to just summer of 2021, this wallet was going on a large buying spree of Ethereum, and you can see that in the graph plain as day. And what we see now is they're not buying here. This blue bit donates the amount of Ethereum held, and then the black line is the value of the Ethereum. If anything, we can see that they've slightly sold a bit here, but they're not buying anymore, and that's the key thing. Because if the top whales have stopped buying, do you think it's a good time for you to buy as well? Probably not. But even better, another piece of analysis that we can do using Etherscan is the following. So if we go back to transactions and scroll up, so if we click on this wallet button here and give it a minute, we can now see every coin that this user is holding in their wallet, and we can use this to really understand, well, what low cap coins are whales buying, and is there something they know that we don't know. Now in this case, if we just change this to total value held, this user is just holding Ethereum, so it's not as exciting. So let's pick another one to do a run through with. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to blockchain, top accounts, and I'm going to pick number, let's try 29. So again, we just click on this wallet here, and here we see what this user is holding. So again, a lot of Ethereum being held, but they're also holding 50 grand worth of OMG network. So is there something going on with OMG network that we don't know? Is it a coin we should be researching? It gives you an indicator to, is there a coin that you don't know about and it should be on your radar? So that finishes off tip 3 when it comes to using Etherscan. But as I've said, there's so much more you can use it for, and you've seen that on the stats page. So overall, we've covered distribution of coins, unique wallet addresses being created, and top holdings. But wait, there's more. So this website is primarily Ethereum network based coins. There's another website that I want to show you. So this website that I have up now is called CryptoQuant, and this website is so good for understanding what are the big exchanges doing. Because as we've seen, when we were looking at Etherscan, we saw that a lot of the top holders were crypto exchanges. So if we can understand what the crypto exchanges are doing, again, it gives us more insight to where the market's heading. So right now, this is set to Bitcoin, and we can click up here, and again, we can change it. So if you want, you can search BNB, you can search Doge, you can search almost every coin on here, but we're going to keep it to Bitcoin for now. So looking at this page, there's a lot we can take in here, which I'm not going to cover all of it. So we've got exchange, on-chain indicators, sentiment, minor, derivatives, technicals. So there's a lot going on, and then we've got data analysis here, and I need to sign in. Okay, so I've signed in, and now, as I said, we've got more. So I'm going to click on exchange here, which just takes us down, and this is what I want you to really understand: exchange reserve. So as we can see here, there's been a big drop when it comes to exchange reserves for Bitcoin. So what does this mean? Well, as exchange reserves drop, that means there's less selling pressure, because what we see is there's an inverse correlation between exchange reserves and price of a coin. And to show you I'm not lying, if we click, we can now go in a bit deeper. This black line is the price of Bitcoin, and the blue line is the exchange reserves. So we can see when the price of Bitcoin is low, we have a high exchange reserve. And as we move across, as the price of Bitcoin shot up, the exchange reserve levels dropped. And what I find really interesting is price has stabilized, if not dropped a little, and exchange reserves are dropping even harder. So what does this mean? Well, it means people are moving their Bitcoin off exchanges and holding them in wallets. And these are most likely going to be long-term investors that are holding for 10, 20, 50 years. Okay, so now let's go back. So another area we can also look at is exchange net flow total. So what is this showing us? Well, essentially it's showing us how is capital moving. Is it moving into an exchange or out of an exchange? So right now, on the high level basis, we can see that net inflows have increased by 300% in the last 24 hours. And that's bad news. That means if investors are moving their coins into exchanges, they're gonna wanna sell them, and that's gonna lead to large sell pressure. So the market's gonna go down. Now, these were the two main aspects I wanted to show you, but there's so much more you can look at, and I really encourage you just to take some time just to go onto both Etherscan and CryptoQuant and just have a dive in to understand what analysis options they offer you, and that can really help your trading strategy. Because if we scroll down, for example, we can also see areas such as on-chain indicators. This indicator shows us are sellers selling at a loss. This indicator shows us what's the movement of long-term holders. And again, we can keep scrolling down, and there's so much more we can look at. By using a combination of Etherscan and CryptoQuant, as I said, we can understand investor emotions, because it's individual investors that drive the market, especially in an area such as cryptocurrency where market caps can be easily manipulated. Unfortunately, fundamental and technical analysis doesn't always work, so sometimes you just have to follow the crowd, get in, make a profit, and get out. And these websites really help you do that. And that concludes this video on on-chain analysis. I hope you learned something new. and a new dimension that you can take to your cryptocurrency investing strategy. For those of you still watching the video, I want to let you know that I'm currently giving away free NFTs. Now these NFTs are a token of my appreciation to those currently watching my videos while I've only got 300 subscribers and I only get 20 views. And by taking one of these free NFTs, it really solidifies your support for me. If you also enjoyed this video or enjoy videos about stocks, finance, cryptocurrency, you might want to check out my other videos, which will pop up on the screen now. Overall, I make videos on anything that makes money, so I hope to catch a subscribe from you and catch you next week.